SAPSD Expert Notes, Pricing Condition Records. 1. Introduction to Condition Records. In the SAP Sales and Distribution SD module, pricing is driven by the condition technique, while the configuration, condition types, access sequences, pricing procedures, builds the skeleton of the pricing logic. The condition records provide the muscle. A condition record is the specific master data that stores the values, prices, discounts, surcharges, taxes, freight, applicable to specific scenarios. Without condition records, the pricing engine runs but returns zero values. Core concept: a condition record is not just a price tag, it is a rule stored as data. It tells the system, if customer A buys material B on date C, apply price X. 2. The architectural context. To understand condition records deeply, you must understand where they sit in the data model. 2. 1. The connection to configuration. Condition records are the final output of the access sequence. 1. Pricing procedure determines which condition types, example, PR00, are looked for. 2. Condition type points to an access sequence. 3. Access sequence contains a list of condition tables, search strategies. 4. Condition table defines the key combination, example, customer or material. 5. Condition record is the data entry stored against that specific key combination. 2. The A tables and KONP. This is the most critical technical concept for an expert consultant. Condition records are not stored in one giant table. AXXX tables, the search keys. When you generate a condition table, example, table 304, material or customer, SAP creates a database table named A304. This table stores the key fields, sales org, customer, material, and a generated unique ID called the condition record number, KNUMH, KONH, the header. Stores header information for the condition record, validity dates, created by, linked via KNUMH, KONP, the item. Stores the actual rate, currency, unit of measure, and calculation type, linked via KNUMH. Expert note: when debugging or writing specs for ABA PERS, never ask them to search for the price in table KONP. You must instruct them to select KNUMH from the specific A table, example, a 004, based on the key fields, then use that KNUMH to read values from KONP. 3. Creating and maintaining condition records, the basics and beyond. 3. 1. Transaction codes. VK11, create condition record. VK12, change condition record. VK13, display condition record. VK14, create with reference, useful for copying complex scale structures from one material to another. 3. 2. The selection screen, key combinations. When you enter VK11 for a condition type, example, PR00, you are often presented with a pop-up, select key combination. These options correspond strictly to the accesses defined in the access sequence assigned to PR00. Expert tip: if you do not see a specific combination, example, customer hierarchy or material, it means that specific access condition table is missing from the configuration of the access sequence. You cannot create a new key combination in VK11. You must configure it in SPRO. 3. The fast entry screen. The standard view in VK11 allows for multiple entries. Sales organization or distribution channel. Almost all SD pricing records are created at this level. Material or customer, the variable keys. Amount, the monetary value or percentage. Unit, the currency, USD, EUR, or percentage sign, %. Pricing unit, per. Crucial for low-value items. You can set a price of $50 per 100 PC instead of $0, 50 per 1 PC. This reduces rounding errors in the database. Valid from or valid to the lifespan of the record. 4. Deep dive, the details screen. While the fast entry screen handles 90% of cases, the details, magnifying glass icon or GOTO, details screen contains the advanced controls that define an expert implementation. 4. 1. Validity periods and overlaps. SAP allows multiple records for the same key combination, provided their validity dates do not overlap identically in a way that creates ambiguity. Scenario: Record A, January 1st to December 31st, price $100. You create Record B, June 1st to June 30th, price $90. System behavior: SAP automatically splits Record A, Period 1, January 1st to May 31st, $100. Period 2, June 1st to June 30th, $90. Period 3, July 1st to December 31st, $100. Troubleshooting: users often complain that old prices are reappearing. This usually happens because they created a promotional price, Record B, and didn't realize the system kept the old price, Record A, active for dates after the promotion ends. 4. 2. Lower and upper limits. In the details screen, you can define lower limit. The manual user cannot change the price in the sales order below this value. Upper limit. The manual user cannot raise the price above this value. Implication: this is a soft control. If the condition type configuration allows manual changes, these limits restrict the range of those changes. 4. 3. Vendor data for intercompany. For condition types like PI01, intercompany price. The details screen allows you to enter the intercompany vendor or purchasing details, linking the SD record to materials management, logic for the receiving company code. 5. Scales, STAFL, in condition records. Scales allow prices to change based on volume, weight, or value. This is a massive topic within condition records. 5. 1 scale basis, defined in the condition type config but visible or selectable in the record. B. Value scale. Buy $1,000, get 5% off. C. Quantity scale. Buy 100 PC, get price $90. D. Gross weight scale. Buy 500 kg, get lower freight rate. 5. 2 scale types. This is a frequent point of confusion. From scale, base scale, the standard SAP scale. 1 PC equals $10. 10 PC equals $9. If you buy 15 PC, the price is $9 for all 15 pieces. To scale, up to 10 PC equals $10. Up to 20 PC equals $9. Expert note: 2 scales are rarely used in modern setups. Because from logic is more intuitive for volume discounts, the more you buy, the cheaper it gets. 5. 3 graduated versus interval scales. This is controlled in the condition type config, but the data is entered in the record. A base scale, standard. If you hit the tier, the entire quantity gets the new price. Buy 11 units, pay $9 for all 11. B. Graduated interval scale. This acts like tax brackets or electricity billing. Scale: 1 PC at $10, 11 PC at $9. Order 15 PC. Calculation: first 10 at $10, $100, plus next 5 at $9, $45, equals total $145. Unit price and order: $145 or 15 equals $9. 66. Expert insight: graduated scales result in a calculated average unit price in the sales order line item, which can sometimes confuse customers who expect a flat unit rate. 5. 4. Maintaining scales in VK11. 1. Select the line item in the fast entry screen. 2. Click the scales icon, ladder symbol. 3. Enter the scale quantity and the corresponding rate. 4. Important: the first scale line must match the value on the main screen. If the main screen says €100, the first scale line, starting at 0 or 1, must be €100. 6. Condition update: the max limit logic. This is a hidden gem in SAPSD pricing. It allows you to set a maximum limit on a discount or price, acting as a budget. Prerequisite: the condition type in configuration must have the condition update checkbox flagged. Functionality in VK11: when you are in the condition record details screen, usually under Extras, Additional Data, or a specific Limits tab, depending on version, or S4HANA. 1. Max. Condition value, example. This 10% discount is valid until a total of $5,000 in discounts has been given across all orders. 2. Max. Number of orders, valid for the first 50 orders only. 3. Max. Condition base value, valid for the first 10,000 units sold. How it works technically. SAP updates table S071, LIS structure, or similar info structures in the background every time an order is saved with this condition. Once the counter in S071 hits the limit defined in the condition record, the condition is ignored or partially applied for subsequent orders. Consultant warning: this requires update info structures to be active. In S4HANA, ensure the statistics update for pricing is active. Otherwise, the counter never increments. 7. Group conditions and exclusion. 7. 1. Group conditions, data perspective. If a condition type is configured as a group condition, example, K007 customer discount, the condition record maintenance looks standard, but the application logic changes. Scenario: you set a scale, buy 100 units, get 10% off. Order: line 10, material A, 80 units. Line 20, material B, 30 units. Result: total is 110 units. The system reads the condition record, sees the scale is met by the sum of the quantities, and applies 10% to both lines. Record implication: when maintaining records for group conditions, ensure your scales represent the aggregate volume you expect, not the per material volume. 7. 2. Condition exclusion. You can set an exclusion indicator inside the condition record details view. Example: you have a winter sale condition record, exclusion IDX. In configuration, exclusion groups, you define that if X is present, ignore Y, standard discount. This allows you to manage priority purely through master data without changing the pricing procedure. 8. Condition supplements, Zusatzkonditionen. Condition supplements allow you to bundle conditions. Use case: every time I charge freight, KF00, I want to automatically deduct a freight discount, KF01, without the system searching for it separately. Setup: in the pricing procedure config, a specific condition type is assigned a pricing procedure for supplements. In VK11, 1. Enter the main condition, example, PR00. 2. Select the line and go to Goto, condition supplement. 3. A new screen appears where you can enter related conditions, example, discounts that always accompany this specific price. Data structure: these supplements are stored in KONP but share the same KNUMH, condition record number, as the main condition. They are tight coupled. 9. Deletion and archiving. Important: you cannot physically delete a condition record in VK11. You can only set a deletion flag. 9. 1. The deletion logic. 1. Highlight the row in VK12. 2. Press the delete line, trash can, button. 3. Result: the record disappears from the view unless you select. Select also records with deletion flag in the report. 4. Database: the field LOEVMKO in table KONH or LOEVMKO in KONP is set to X. 5. Pricing engine: the engine ignores records with the deletion flag. 9. 2. Physical deletion: to actually remove the data, clean up the database. You must use the archiving object SDCOND or specific reports, like RV12NCCF in older versions, though archiving is the standard path. Do not use SQL deletes, it will orphan links between A tables and KONP. 10. Mass maintenance VK31 or VK32. VK11 is for individual entry. VK31 or VK32 is for the power user and consultant. 10. 1. Advantages of VK31. Grouped view: instead of selecting access sequences, you select by subject. Example, prices, discounts. List layout: you can view all material prices for a specific sales org in one grid. Mass change: you can select 50 materials and increase their price by 5% in one click. Edit, mass change, percentage. New records. You can create records for multiple materials faster by copying rows. 10. Two pricing reports, V or LD. VK31 relies on pricing reports. These are ABAP reports generated via configuration, transaction V, or LA. If VK31 doesn't show the fields you need, example, you need to see material group in the list. You must configure a new pricing report that includes that field and assign it to the condition index. 11. Specialized condition record scenarios. 11. 10 price versus missing record. Missing record. The system cannot find a valid entry in the A tables. The pricing procedure may stop, if mandatory, or continue. 0 price. A record exists, but the rate is 0. 0, 0. This is valid data. Use case, free samples, 100% discount, or 0 base price. Warning. If a condition is mandatory in the procedure, a 0. 0 record satisfies the mandatory check, unless specific routines are used to block 0 values. 11. 2 negative prices. In the condition record, you can enter a negative sign, example, -10 United States dollars. Standard behavior, discounts are automatically interpreted as negative by the condition class. In config, you usually enter 10 for a discount, and the system makes it negative. Surcharges, entered as positive. Override, you can force a negative manual entry in VK11 if the field format allows it, but rely on the condition type configuration plus or minus sign for consistency. 11. 3 tax condition records, MWST. Tax records, VK11, MWST, have unique characteristics. Keys, usually departure country or DEST, country or customer tax class, or material tax class. Maintenance, you don't enter a currency, you enter a percentage. Tax code, crucial integration with FI. In the condition record, you often specify the tax code, MWSKZ. This ensures that when the invoice posts to accounting, the correct G or L line item for tax is generated. 11. 4 freight, KF00, and Incoterms. You can maintain condition records that depend on Incoterms. Key combination, Incoterm or Incoterm, Part 2, region. Example, if Incoterm is CIF and region is NY, apply freight $500. If Incoterm is FOB, apply freight $0. 12. Troubleshooting and debugging for experts. When a price is wrong or missing, the expert consultant follows this workflow. 12. 1. The analysis tool. In the sales order, VA01 or VA02. 1. Go to Item Conditions. 2. Click Analysis button. 3. Browse to the condition type, example, PR00. 4. Scenario A, condition record missing. Expand the view. It shows the access sequence. Click on the specific access, example, customer or material. Look at the fields view. It shows exactly what values the order passed to the pricing engine. Common error. The order has a different division or different partner function than the condition record. 5. Scenario B. Condition record exists, but has not been set. This is tricky. It usually means the requirements, routine or formula in the pricing procedure were not met. Example, price is only relevant for item category TAN, but you are using TAN. Or, the condition exclusion logic kicked in and suppressed this record. 12. 2 direct table inspection, SE16N. If analysis fails, go to the database. 1. Determine the condition table ID, example, 305. 2. Go to SE16N, table A305. 3. Filter by your customer or material or date. 4. Check the date. Is the valid to date the 31st of December, 99.99? Or did it expire yesterday? 5. Check the release status. Is field KFRST, release status, set to blocked? 6. Copy the KNUMH. 7. Go to table KONP. 8. Filter by that KNUMH. 9. Check LOEV MKO, deletion flag. 12. 3 performance issues, buffering. If pricing is slow, check the condition table buffering. Transaction V or O4, table maintenance. Condition tables should generally be buffered. Generic buffering is common because pricing calls these tables thousands of times. If you create a custom condition table, 900 to 999, ensure you enabled buffering. Without it, every line item hits the database disk, slowing down VA01. 13. Integration with other modules. 13. 1. SAP CRM or SR4, HANA Customer Management. If you are running a hybrid landscape, condition records often originate in SAP ECC or S4, but are replicated to CRM via middleware. Adapter objects. DNL-CONDA objects. Expert note: if prices differ between CRM and ECC, it is usually a middleware delta sync failure. A request load of the specific condition object is required. 13. 2. Promotion management, Vistex or standard promotions. Standard promotions, transaction VB31, create condition records in the background. When you create a promotion, you define the products and discounts. When you save or release, the system automatically generates the VK11 records, often with a specific promotion number key. Restriction: you should not manually change these VK11 records if they are tied to a promotion object. Change the promotion instead. 14. Best practices for the consultant. 14. 1. Naming conventions and housekeeping. Don't overlap unnecessarily. Do not maintain a price for all customers and specific customer with the same value. It forces the engine to search twice, depending on exclusion. Expiring records. Encourage the business to set valid dates for temporary prices. Example: December 31st of the current year rather than 9,999. This prevents 10-year-old prices from accidentally applying when a material is resurrected. 14. 2. Transporting condition records. Golden rule: condition records are master data. You generally do not transport them from dev, QA, prod using transport requests. Why? Number ranges for condition records, KNUMH, differ between systems. Transporting them can corrupt the target database key mapping. Exceptions, ALE or IDOC, use message type conda to send prices from one system to another. This is the standard way to sync prices. CORS, cross-client object or record selection, used in rare cases, but risky. Manual entry for go live, typically use LSMW or LTMC migration cockpit to load pricing records into production. 14. 3. Release strategy. For sensitive pricing, enable processing status, release status. Field, KBSTAT, in the condition record. Values, blank, released. A, blocked. B, released for pricing simulation. Workflow, junior user creates record, status A. Senior user reviews and changes to blank. Until changed, the price does not apply in sales orders. 15. The expert-only checklist. To consider yourself a true expert in condition records, you should be able to answer yes to these. 1. Can you trace a price from the sales order back to the specific KNUMH in table KONP using only SE16N? 2. Do you understand how scale basis formulas in the condition type affect the data entry in VK11? 3. Can you set up a condition update, max value, scenario, and explain to a client why the 51st order didn't get the discount? 4. Do you know how to clean up, archive, old pricing records that are slowing down the system? 5. Can you explain the difference between a graduated scale and an interval scale, and how they impact the net value calculation? 16. Conclusion. Condition records are the fuel for the SAPSD engine. While the configuration builds the car, the condition records are the gasoline. Bad quality records, duplicates, overlaps, wrong UOM, missing tax codes will cause the engine to stall regardless of how perfect your configuration is. As an expert, your role shifts from entering data to architecting data integrity. You must ensure the business understands the impact of valid dates, the logic of scales, and the power of condition supplements. You must also be comfortable navigating the underlying tables, AXXX, KONH, KONP, to troubleshoot issues that the standard analysis tool cannot reveal.